Lesson 13 is on, in Module 2, is on angles in similar triangles. So let's think about the word similar here. We've kind of been dealing with the word similar and congruent. Congruent means equal, geometry word for equal. Similar, though, means same shape, but not necessarily the same size. But the next step of that is it just can't be a bigger triangle. Okay, the sides of the triangle have to have that ratio, right? They have to have the same scale factor. They have to grow at the same proportion. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. So, right here, similar figures have the same shape, but not necessarily have the same size or may have different sizes. When two figures are similar, they are proportional. Proportional. My sloppy writing there, it says proportional. And the ratios of their corresponding sides are equal. Okay, ratios of their corresponding sides. If you choose to double one of the sides, multiply by 2, then every side of the triangle must be multiplied by 2. You can't multiply some by 2 and some by 3, or some by, multiply some by 2 and some by a half. Then it is no longer going to be similar. So that's kind of the caveat that we have to make sure is true. So are the two triangles shown at right similar? Explain. Well, they're ratios, okay? Ratios, remember, is just a fraction. So if I look and I just say, hey, this was just a translation and dilation here. If I look, I have 3 centimeters compared to 1.5 centimeters. If I do that for all of them, 4 and 2, and 5 and 2.5, what do they all equal? And do they all equal the same thing? Well, 3 divided by 1.5 is 2. 4 divided by 2 is 2. 5 divided by 2.5 is 2. They all equal 2. So are they similar? We would say yes. The ratios of the corresponding sides are congruent, and I'll move this in a second so you can see it, and proportional. I'm sorry, yeah. I'm sorry, the sides are congruent, the ratio of the corresponding sides are congruent and proportional, yep. All right, so now that you can see this, there we go. Okay, so the ratios of the sides are, the same, and they're proportional, okay? So it says circle the two triangles that are similar. What do you notice about their angle measures? Well, let's first start by saying the ones that are similar. All right, so comparing, I have like this side to this side, right? That would be like 3 to 4. Does that equal 3 to 2? It doesn't. This right here is like saying that's 1 1/3, and 3 over 2 is 1 1/2. Well, 1/3 and 1/2 is not the same, so we know it's not these two, okay? Could it be maybe these two, right? 3 to 2, again, is that the same? So if I'm talking about this 3 and this 2, is that the same as 2 to 1 1/2? Well, if I grab my calculator out here, 3 divided by 2 is undefined. Sorry. Try this again. Sorry, my calculator's a little off here. To use this way. Okay? Well, 3 divided by 2, we know that's 1.5. Okay. Don't know why I went through all that. 2 divided by 1.5 is 1.3 repeating. Okay, so that doesn't work. So let's try these two triangles here. So is 4 to 2 the same as 4 to 2 the same as 5 to 2.5? Yeah, These are both going to equal 2. Now we could keep going and you could see that 3 and 1.5 is the same. Okay, so the two similar triangles that we're supposed to circle here after I made all these marks are this one and this one. Now what do we notice is true about their angle measures? 30, 90, 60. 30, 90, 60. The corresponding means matching up, right? Angle measures are congruent. Okay, the corresponding angle measures are the congruent. Now, if you think about this, this should make sense. What do the three angles in a triangle add up to? 180 degrees. Doesn't matter what size the triangle is, the angles can't change. So that leads us into our next part here. Angle criterion. AA means that if two pairs of corresponding angles in a pair of triangles are congruent, then the two triangles are similar. So what this is basically saying is if you have two pairs of corresponding angles equal, should have typed, sorry, this is corresponding so you can read it, are congruent, the triangles are similar. So we can look either at their sides to see if there is a same ratio like we did up here, or we can see if two pairs, because obviously if we have two pairs, the third one has to be the same. They have to add to 180. Then we can test for similarity. Okay, so let's quickly look at a couple examples. Are these triangles below similar? When you just glance at them, you don't think so, because I have an 87 here and I have an 87 here, but I have a 58 and 35. Here's the hint. If we know 2, can we find the third one? Sure. 87 plus 58 is 145. 180 minus 145 is 35. Now look here. Now do we have, right there, now do we have two pairs the same? We do. Yep, so we'll say, are they similar? Yes. Two pairs, not pairs, of corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, so it's just a little bit weird. Just getting used to the language maybe. The third angle has to be the same as long as two pairs are the same. If two pairs are the same, then the angles are similar. Okay, so are these similar? Well, let's do the same thing. 80 plus 60 is 140. 180 minus 140 is 40. Okay. So if this is 40, guess what? No. These are the same, but that's the only one because this is 54. Okay? So we'd say no. Only one pair of corresponding angles is congruent. Oops, sorry about that. Try again. All right. So now Jacqueline constructed the triangle ABC. So if I just pretend to draw a triangle here, right? Connect it. A is 53. B, not going to look right, but that's okay, is 112. And then that must be C. Okay. And then Ruthie, she constructed one. Wow, this is rough, but that's okay. R, nope. S is 112. T is 15. Are they similar? Well, with my awful writing here, we're going to do the same thing. This is a 53 that we've done before. So I'm just going to use a 53 and 112. That's 165. 180 minus 165 is not that. Let me try again because you can see that I'm rushing. All right. 53 plus 112. 180 minus 165 is 15. Okay, so we'd say yes. Two pairs of corresponding angles equal. I'll let you guys write that in. So this is what we're working on. Trying to figure out if two triangles are similar by the ratio of their sides or having two pairs of angles congruent.